Shalom, brothers and sisters. I'm going to get straight to the point, as I usually do in my recent videos for the last, I would say, about 2 years. Every once in a while I do a whole long, elongated lesson, but not today. Let me bang on that, we don't got to keep the law stuff. Let's get something straight, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm only going to give the limited information that I know. 1 West 125th Street descended from the Commandment Keepers. 2 blocks down the road, 1 West 123rd. I actually got a video on that. Well, I can show you the school, actually. It says Rabbi with Arthur Matthew. Now, let's get something straight. There was a split between Bivens and Matthews. Bivens was a rabbi under Matthews. The scripture said, call no man master or rabbi. We understand that. But these men, people were still learning the scriptures. So, the split or the dissension that happened was over the New Testament. Bivens wanted to teach the New Testament, and Rabbi Matthews did not want to go into that because of certain other sources. He believed that would be Christian and so forth and so on, and he didn't want to go back to that. Some of us brothers and sisters woke up to being Israelites and speaking against the Christian church, and we just went totally and just ignored the whole New Testament, some of us. And this concept comes from the fake Jews who copied from the Pharisees, Sadducees, and certain other groups of Israelites who did not believe in the Messiah when he was walking this earth. So basically, we got a recycling of Pharisees, Sadducees coming right back. Brothers follow straight up Judaism, yarmulkes and all that. Everything that deals with European Judaism. So basically what happens is there's a split happen. I don't really know the details. I know Ariyah Mashah, Yaquab was part of Matthew's group. They had different names, Ethiopian Hebrews, Moorish Zionist Temple, Commandment Keepers. There's different locations and different schools, but they were the same. When he changed locations, the name changed. The history is conflicting, but, you can look these 3 up that I just mentioned. So, it was Bivens who actually decided to follow the gospel of Christ. To follow, the New Testament, the New Covenant. Because the New Testament and New Covenant is exactly the same thing. There's an actual book called the New Testament. So to say we're not in New Covenant is like disregarding the New Testament, meaning you're an Old Testament Hebrew, which means you really don't believe in the Messiah. It's that simple. But we're not in a fulfillment. There's still prophecies need to be when we are 100% into the New Covenant. But let's get something straight. We are in the New Covenant since the time of the Messiah, who people call Jesus Christ, so-called. And, he's a black man according to the Bible. I got to throw that in there. Revelations 1 and 13 and 14. That's got to be thrown in there. Caesar Borgia is the picture that you see. A homosexual child molester, and he did incest. Second son of Pope Alexander VI of Rome. We learned that as Israelite 101. The real Israelites, not the fake ones, okay? Let's get it straight. So, Abba Bivens, also known as Rabbi Eber Ben Yamin in the modern Hebrew, he was the one who said, let's go into the New Testament. Let's go into the Gospels. So any of you brothers, and then 1 West was created from that. The 1 West that we know of today. So we are the ones who went into the Gospel. So how are you going to break off of 1 West and say that we're not teaching the Messiah when you was taught the Messiah from day one? What are you talking about? The scriptures speak about another Christ or another Messiah. That's what you're teaching, because you went against the plain oracles of the Most High. The Most High set down by the 7 elders. Well, you had 3 elders first. Well, you had Abba Bivens, and then you had these men who wasn't elders yet. And then later on, you had 3 elders, and then it went to 7, eventually fully set up. All right? Fully set up, there was 7 elders. So, basically, these men taught the oracles of the Most High. Now, some of them went off later on sinned and done certain things, you know, which the prophets, the great prophets, the great leaders of Israel, they all sinned and went off. There was very few men in the scriptures that never, you know, succumbed to that. But even the great prophets written in the Bible, even the great kings written in the Bible, did some wicked stuff at times and went off. Demons entered into them and they went off and they got, you know, corrected by the Most High. So please, I don't want to hear this. How are you a New Testament Israelite and you condemning brothers that believe in the Messiah? And now you're talking about, oh, we don't teach the Messiah. Oh, we don't do this and do that. You don't know what you're talking about, because Bivens is the one who started teaching. When One West was created, when One West was started, we was already going into the New Testament. So what are you talking about? We was already going into the Messiah, teaching what the Messiah teach, before the majority of y'all brothers was born. All right? Definitely before I was born, and I'm in my 40s. You had to be in your 50s to remember that. You had to be, matter of fact, you was born when that came out, if you was in your 50s. So you'd have to be much older than that, 60s, 70s, 80s even, to remember what happened in the original One West. I'm talking about the original One West when Bivens was alive. Not Mashai, not Riyadh, and all that. We're talking about the founder. So please do not come on here talking about you got some great revelation, we got to follow the Messiah and this and that. And that was already laid down. The Messiah was followed. Okay? Now, is there things that we need to learn more about? Yes. Do we have to enhance our following? Yes. Do we have to do more? Do we have to get more into the New Testament? Of course. But the New Testament was started. Well, we know obviously the Messiah. I mean, that's obvious. But during this time, during this dispensation of time, guess who started going into the New Testament? It was Bivens. All right, so One West did teach the New Testament, did teach the Messiah. There may have been things that needed to be corrected, and it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I understand that, but don't say that we didn't teach the truth and we wasn't teaching the Messiah. We wasn't following the Messiah. That's lies. All right? We just evolving and we learning more. All right, Shalom.